Hello Amazon shoppers. I am taking a look at a under cabinet LED light. I particularly like these type of lights. At night I wash my hands a lot and I don't like to have bright light at night, so this is in the kitchen, mounted up. I have a couple of them and I can move them around and whatnot. Some are brighter than others depending on if they're cool white or warm white. So anyway, it just makes me able to come in the kitchen, do a couple things, wash my hands, or put some dishes in the sink from late night snacks and whatnot, and I don't have to worry about flipping the light switch. So it's pretty cool. Basically, you have a little box here. This actually is actually pretty nice in the amount of information they provide on here. It actually says it's non-dimmable. It has a 120-degree range. And it actually talks about the light output. It's an 80 lumen. Gives you the operating temperature. I mean, it's just a pretty good amount of information. They were also nice enough to put the measurements in here. So lengthwise, this is 190 millimeters or 7.48 inches. So basically 7.5 inches, essentially. And then width as far as front to back, it says 32 millimeters or 1.26, so basically 1 1/4 wide. And then it doesn't list this, but if you want to know how tall it is or how far it's going to sit off of or underneath, hang down from your cabinet, it's about 1/2 inch in thickness. So there's also some other information here. This is, like I said, this is the daylight white 6,000 Kelvin rating. There are other warm white that are half that, so depending on if you're looking for a bright white light or not, and you'll see in the second half of the video how bright and intense the light is. And compared to the other unit I have, I like this one a lot better for the bright white light because it makes it a lot easier to see. Obviously the other one, of course, is going to be a little softer, a little gentler on your eyes. But anyway, this does have a light sensor, so I was playing around with shining a flashlight on the sensor and then moving, and it doesn't do anything, of course, because it detects that there's light in the room. But then once it's dark, I turned off the flashlight, moved in that same area, it was, automatically picked it up. So the motion detection on this is really sensitive. I found no problems at all, so I really like that. I said there are 10 LEDs, which you won't really be able to see in the video because of the fact of how the light's picked up by the camera. But it does have this little protective strip, which I peeled partially off. Sometimes I leave them on there, but I was going to show you that that's there. I'll go ahead and toss that now. So there's some other information on here too. 50,000 hour life expectancy, no batteries included, no mercury content. Let's see. So you've got this diffused panel across here, which is of course plastic, and it's actually a really hard plastic, so it's very sturdy. Plastic on the ends. I went ahead and opened this up so you could see the batteries that are not included, of course. 4 AAA batteries, and it is clearly marked on how they're inserted here on the actual unit itself. And you have the name, KULED here, which is nice. And you have this little door. So very easy to install the batteries and then place the door in place and close that up. So a very attractive little unit. I love the aluminum finish, but I like most things aluminum. It sort of has a slightly brushed aluminum finish. And the mounting is achieved, well, one of 2 ways. You can do what they intend you to do, which is under cabinet lighting, where you basically peel off this 3M adhesive portion and mount it to your cabinet, and then you just place the actual unit in place, and then when you need to replace the batteries or whatever, you just grab hold of the unit and pull it away. Now what I did is I peeled the 3M adhesive off, and so I have a magnet on both sides, and I have this stuck to the side of my refrigerator, which is next to the sink, so that whenever I go to wash my hands, it automatically flips on, just because it doesn't stick too well to my cabinets, the actual sticky part. So I just went ahead and got rid of that. So kind of an option. You go either way. So it works really well in that regard. It has a very nice instructional manual. It's just a little one-piece manual, and it just gives you some of the same information that we've already went over. Now, the weight on this is pretty lightweight until you put the batteries in it, of course. So you shouldn't have any problem with that. You don't have to worry about drilling any holes, so that's a really nice thing. I mean, overall, it's just a really nice little light. I don't really have any complaints about these. As I have I think I have 4 of these, or 5. I have 5 of these. Yeah, I have 5 of these, and they're just a really, really convenient thing to have. The illumination on this one is, I want to say it's about 15 seconds. I didn't stopwatch time it or anything, but yeah, it's about 15 seconds that it comes on. That's the one thing it didn't mention in the manual, but it may list it. It may mention it in the actual product listing on the Amazon page. I don't recall at the moment, but yeah, it's just a nice little unit. Check out the video, or the second half of this video, so that you can see just how bright the actual light is in a very darkened environment. Okay, like I said, light sensitive, so during the daylight hours you're not going to get the illumination, so you're not wasting your batteries constantly having it come off and on as people are moving about. Okay, so that's it. Just a nice little aluminum LED motion sensing light. Okay, thank you for watching. Okay, so to give you an idea of the light output of the little aluminum housed motion detecting under cabinet LED light, we have a closet that, as you can see, is pretty much completely dark. We're going to step over, and boom, there we go. You can't really tell because the camera, the way it picks up the light, but I can see distinctly the 10 different LED lights, and you can see the motion detection is very sensitive, because as soon as I came into this area it was lit up, and it's going to give you that brief illumination, but yeah, you can see everything just from that light. This entire area completely lit up. So very nice little light, very well made, and it works really well. You can stick it in a closet if you like, or whatever suits your needs. Okay? Thank you for watching.